Hello again. My name is Alan Cook. For those who are just checking in and knowing, this is the Mona Lisa. This is the Mona Lisa. This is the younger Mona Lisa. This is the elder Mona Lisa. This is a sketching of out of one of his diaries of I call her the walking lady. The points. So what she does, but she actually walks. You'll see that in some of my YouTubes. I have quite a few. I'm going to have so many that you guys are going to not want to buy my book because it's going to be a lot of information in the YouTube. It's very difficult to put in the book. But let's put it this way. The information is knowledge, educational, history, a lot of love, a lot of wild, unbelievable capability of a human being that can do what Leonardo da Vinci done. I have so much information that I'm trying to get out that I have so little time. But let me show you this particular piece. As you see, it's a very bad one. I'll be getting better, but bear with me. I want to show you how this overlays. You're going to see how this hand overlays right in here perfectly, pointing this way, and the body comes down in here and it will flow into the lines of the clothes. Let me move it over. You got to excuse me for that. Can't see through the wall there, huh? My dad used to say that. You'll see that this clothing here flows exactly into this pattern. Her head goes in here. You see the arch of the woman, the arch, and then her hand comes across right in here. Okay, and then I'll be showing you where she goes and how she lines up one little bit at a time, because what I know when you're trying to catch what I'm trying to say, it takes some time. You may have to keep replaying it. Now I want you to subscribe and I want you to pass it on. Please. I did say please. Here we go. I'm going to put this up to try to match this into the right area. Okay. There's the hand right there. The hand fits in the water area. Now I'm going to pull it back. You see? Boom. Fits exactly in there. That's one of her marks. Now her body comes across. Now it works the perfect shadow of the head, to where if you pay attention when I pull this back down, here's your shadow. Okay, that's not just one image. Okay, there's going to be hundreds of other images on top of that makes this thing. But that's one of his little tricks. Now these are in layers, and you can have I've seen where it seems to educate to be a number of 25 billion images as small as a pixel. I know it sounds kind of weird. I would hang up if I were on the phone too. It's hard to believe, but this, I'm only the messenger. And you see the dress, how it flows? Now I'm going to pull that down. See? Boom. You can't get much more of a perfect shot on his curves. Now, if you look at her lip and whatnot now, and her eye area, see, he has the darkings here where, okay, they line up. Now if I put this right there, you see, okay, it gets wilder. You're going to see some stuff in the Last Supper that's going to tear you up. You think 13 disciples? I'm going to show you number 14 today. Okay, here we go. Now you see the Mona. Okay? Mona Lisa got a finger aiming in the water. Now, normally it's probably adding to another painting or to another object in there of his or her choice. Okay, now I'm going to jump you over to MIDION. My painting, the lost painting, the greatest painting on the planet that has all his codes within her dress and her when you blow these up, these got her little beautiful pleated and items sewed into her dress. Now I'm going to lay her over, but before I lay her over, I want to show you her ribbon on her head. You see her ribbon here? Now this is where her ribbon's going to line up perfectly, and you will see how the hand goes, how the ribbon goes, and it's going to be vague on some of it, but it's going to be pronounced on others. Now watch this, please. You see, the reason why there's so many rings, and it goes this way, is because these rings are made for her to move. See, she moves. Okay, she moves. And you can see how she even curves into his body, how he's arched. If you actually even take a look at it, and I'm going to do this a few times different ways, you can put her back behind here and you line up her arm and her shoulder with his, and she's hugging him. Okay, the part on this particular piece must add into another particular piece, but it's pointing, and it indicates, because there's some words in here that comes out to say Sali in some of my YouTubes. It actually says Sali written in the Mona Lisa, and it says the same in mine, exact same writing, same script, identically one right over the top of the other. And that's on the x-rays. And that's on some of my earlier YouTubes. You really need to study the YouTubes, okay? Because they weren't just done for just glancing at something. This is like well over 5 years of study. More than you find in a classroom, I promise. Anyway, let's get back to this. Now, for those who have not understood, why would such a painting be missing? Well, I'm going to arch this over this way because it's better not to move the camera. And you see her finger? Okay. Let me highlight on her finger. You see her finger bit? Her pinky? Okay. Every artist knows when you're into art, if the person can't do their hands, pass on it. That's what was done. It was passed on. And the reason is because he wanted it to last a long time in life to be found. Now, I did discuss this before with you, and about her also being a bird. If you take the head off and block it, even with your finger, you would see this represents a bird. And he loved birds. He loved to fly. Love to fly. Now, if you actually see some of my YouTubes, you will find that I have talked about her resting her arm on the chair, the Mona. In some of my x-rays, I've showed you, let me put this back down. I apologize. Look what I did. I put you guys in the blind a little. Okay, sorry. Okay, now, if you see her arm, she gets reduced in size in this painting. But she's in this painting, my opinion, millions of times, if not trillions. Infinity, in a sense. Infinity's light, so it's pretty close, it seems to be. A little over exaggeration, but it's there. Anyway, you'll find that she rests on this white piece here, her hand over the top, and it proves on down. You'll also find if she reduces down to the size and fit her exactly over, her whole body fits on here absolutely, and those hands fit across here. Now, before I've discussed this with you about, I'm going to overlay this just a little to get it on over, because I am running into some myself unprofessional camera deal. But this actually is an L, and it spells out L-E-O-N-A-R-D-O. And it's actually in a light, pronounced way above the Leonardo's Mona. He used the symbol of the finger a lot. If you actually look at some of it, he used the finger an awful lot, the point and one. I actually have Salvador Mundi in here in many different particular ways of him moving. Now, when I end up with this particular one, which we're running out of time, I'm going to have to make this part 7. So what's ironic, if you look at the number here that's indicated here, I get a lot of signs from God. It says 66.7. Okay, you take the 1 and 6 off, you got 67. If you round it off, you got 67. I didn't plan that. It just comes out to be that way. And Photoshop or whatever photo imaging items that I use at a certain time, I don't, you could call it coincidental, you call it whatnot, but isn't it ironic that Leonardo died at the age of 67? Well, I'm going to cut this one short, and I'm going to show you another one of the woman in the Last Supper, and I'll be bouncing back and forth and throughout his other particular paintings and this painting, and showing you that his work is the same, that not only works in my painting, works in the Mona and works in all his others. So don't forget, say your prayers. God bless the world, the universe, and the heavens. Amen.